Hi, everyone. This is James Patrick from the Forum Celebrity Podcast. And Florence and Carmela and I wanted to talk to you about the blockbuster that came out in the Alec Baldwin situation. The movie Russ Gaffer, and the gaffer is the chief electrician, Serge Svetnoy. And if you remember that name, that's the gentleman that held Helena Hutchins when she got shot and was friends with her. So Serge Svetnoy has sued the following defendants: Russ Movie Productions, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, Sarah Zachary, Seth Cheney, Dave Halls, Dorado Pictures, which I believe is Alec Baldwin's company, Cavalry Media, Thomasville Pictures, Brittany House Pictures, Porch Pictures, Third Shift Media, and Alec Baldwin, as well as other defendants that no one knows the names of, and so I won't keep reading them off. Gary Dordick is Serge Svetnoy's attorney. And what was interesting is after the announcement, Hannah Reid's lawyers have doubled down on the story that she has been there's sabotage because someone was out to get her. Someone sabotaged the set, which most lawyers are saying is just crazy defense. But Gary Dordick also stated this was kind of ridiculous. It probably didn't happen. The DA was asked again today about sabotage, and she actually giggled. So no one thinks that it's just kind of a Hail Mary type defense. I have no idea why they would say that. But Serge is claiming the defendant's alleged negligence caused him severe emotional distress in the aftermath of the incident in which Baldwin discharged a gun, leading to the death of Helena Hutchins and Joel Souza's injury. He claims that the bullet almost struck him and that he was the one that tried to comfort the cinematographer and keep her conscious after she was shot. When asked why he included Alec Baldwin in the lawsuit, he said the actor and the producer owed a duty to the plaintiff and other crew members and actors on the Russ set to handle the Colt revolver provided to him by defendant Halls with reasonable care and diligence. Now, here's the real kicker. In the scene, Serge says the gun was never supposed to be shot. And as many of the armors that we talked to, Dutch Merrick and others, they tell the actor, don't put your finger on the trigger. This is just practice. This is just going over a scene or going over certain lines. But the problem was Hannah wasn't there. As many of us have deducted, we may not be right, but it just seems like common sense. They did this because Hannah wasn't there. They wanted to get going. They didn't want to waste time. So Dave Halls just grabbed the gun, gave it to Baldwin. No one checked anything. Hannah had supposedly set it up. She didn't check the bullets. He didn't check the rounds. No one checked anything. Then the shooting happened. He also said that the producers and Baldwin attempted to save money by hiring an insufficient number of crew members to safely handle the props and the firearms. He said also additionally alleging that they declined requests for weapons training days, and they failed to allow proper time to allow for gunfire, failed to send out safety bulletins, and spread the staff way too thin. So the staff was actually asking for weapons training days because they were getting worried about the flippancy of the use of the weapons, and it was declined. No one did anything. Svetnoy stated that he had known Helena for 5 years and considered her a friend. They had traveled together, and if you've seen their Instagram, they actually have a lot of pictures together, a lot of different places they've been to. They spent a lot of time together. But the main things that he's talking about are negligence and unprofessionalism, especially with Gutierrez-Reed. I held her in my arms while she was dying. Her blood was on my hands. It's the fault of negligence and unprofessionalism. This is the first lawsuit to come out. And if you remember, Lane Looper, the assistant cameraman, he also said that there was a lax in training of the weapons and also safety meetings, and that the crew wasn't properly prepared. Now, the lawyers, again, for Hannah came out and said, we know Hannah didn't put the live rounds in the box. Doesn't matter. You check the rounds. As all armorers say, you check each bullet. Now, the lawsuit also goes on to say that Gutierrez-Reed was overwhelmed in the post of sole armorer on set, and that the producers should have hired multiple assistants to help her. Hannah Reid's lawyers then said she was set up. Svetnoy's lawyer, Mr. Dodrick, said Hannah Gutierrez-Reed was responsible for the weapons being kept safely. She failed. Her claims that somebody sabotaged the set and somehow put a bullet in a gun seems suspect at best. Now, what's interesting is the suit was filed in California, and the lawyer stated they did that because many of the production companies are based there. Now, some lawyers have said that's because of the fight. I think you could sue for a heck of a lot more money, but I'm not sure, so I'll have to check up on that. What's funny is that many in Hollywood now, a lot of production companies are no longer using guns. They quickly went to airsoft guns or rubber guns. Now, what a lot of people got angry over with Baldwin is that he stated the other day each set should have a police officer around to monitor weapon safety. Here's a guy that was on a set, and the production companies would not hire extra help for an armorer that was obviously not equipped to do this job by herself. Now they want to pay for a full-time cop? Come on. This is ridiculous. So I went over Serge's Facebook, and this guy is no joke. He's very angry, and an angry guy with a civil lawsuit and a good lawyer are dangerous. So this is the start of the absolute craziness that's going to happen. We're going to put this lawsuit for all of you that want to read it. We'll keep you posted. I'm going to read it tonight if I find out anything or I screwed up on anything. And if I find out I misread something, I'll let you know in the morning. But in ending, the head gaffer, Serge Svetnoy, has launched the first lawsuit against Alec Baldwin and the production companies on the set of Rust. Take care, everyone, and Florence and I will keep you posted on what's going on with this story.